It's time for another Magic Mail Monday, which basically means for me, pins. But we've got fantasy pins, Marcy Mouse pins, my first Disneyland pins. Hurry back.
Just an 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney Afternoon.
Hey Disney Afternoon gang, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jake, and if you're new here, I do all kinds of Disney content, including subscription boxes, swaps, hauls, pins, vintage trips, trivia. If it's Disney, we're doing it. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next Disney adventure. All right, let me catch you up on my newest pins. I haven't been buying as many lately. Just trying to be a little bit more budget conscious, and there's not been a whole ton, I guess, that's come out. So I guess maybe that's the good news for me. So let's dive in. All right, I have got my first package of fantasy pins. These are from Sam over at Pins and Things, of course, linked below. She does a lot of fantasy pins, and she does a lot of lives. There's some board sales occasionally. I honestly don't remember what's in here because this has been a long time coming. So let's find out together. All right, fantasy pins, of course, they're giant, which we love. And, you know, I'm always for the artwork, more in fantasy pins than I usually am in Disney license pins. Although there's a lot of great Disney license pins. Yes. Okay. We are starting off strong with a Disney Afternoon fantasy pin. I could not believe my eyes. I usually forget when she goes live, but usually it happens to be random time for me that I'm like popping in and popping out, and this one happened to just be on the screen, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And it is a Tailspin fantasy pin. Maybe my first Tailspin fantasy pin, but it is a cluster, which is even better. So there's the whole gang, Blue and Louie and Rebecca, Kit and Shere Khan and Wildcat and Molly. The only thing I don't love is like they kind of have their like stoner eyes, deer in the headlights. Otherwise, great fantasy pin. It was a good price. She often posts boards with like discounts and things, sometimes like 50% off. I mean, it goes crazy sometimes that she's trying to move these things. So definitely give her a check out if you like fantasy pins. I know there are some purists among us out there. Venture forth, be brave. All right, so this was really lovely. Okay, so another pin for the Oliver and Company board that will not fit on the board because I have run out of room and have not done anything to change it. Wow, that is a nice looking pin. Look at that. What? You've got Dodger, and it is a pin on pin, and he's got the sausages that he stole right from the top of the film. I love this green color, like New York City in the background. It's also a giant pin. So guess I'm going to have to make some more room on the boards. But thanks, Sam, for these pins. Definitely go give her a check out. This one does not, you know, I think this little board of mine has so many holes in it that the foam has become loose from too much poking. All right, the Marc-ster. The Marc-ster of the Mouse-ster. If you do not know Marcy Mouse, you are missing out on life. She goes live on Friday nights with Aaron and the gang, and she has good sales. She's a good lady, and she did a pickup for me. I don't even think she barely asked if I wanted this one. She just knew. So much Disney Afternoon love is coming these days, guys, and look at this pin. What? Another cluster. You've got Dale and Launchpad and Scrooge and Max. Now, this was the Disneyland release. There's a Disney World release. I think it includes Bonkers is on that one. And then maybe like Tailspin and maybe Gummy Bears or something. But I need somebody to pick that one up for me. So if you're out there, I'll find it eventually. I just haven't gotten to it. I thought they were releasing both, and I said something to Marcy, and she was like, no, they're two different parks, and I was like, okay, fine. But let me give you a little more close-up on this. So put it right there next to our other Disney afternoon pin. But that just takes me back. It gives me all the feels. I'm here for it. I love it so much. Okay, last few pins. So I did go to Disneyland, I don't know, 6 weeks ago now. That was my first ever trip. And what can I say? California Adventure was okay, I guess. Wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. Let me organize these. Yeah, it was okay. I like the vibe out there. It's so chill. Like, I feel like in Florida, it's like cutthroat. Maybe because it's more busier and we've got tourism is much bigger there. So, like, I don't know. But that California vibe is pretty chill, and I liked it. I loved Mr. Toad. That was an exciting ride. Hadn't ridden that before. Like their version of the Pirates. I love New Orleans Square. What a funny little area that was. Got to ride the OG Small World. Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, California Adventure was okay. We saw the World of Color water show, which I loved, and we were bougie and got one of those like dessert tables. So like they served us things, and like we sat and watched it while all the like peons stood, and we were royalty for a minute. It was glorious. But that's a really fantastic show. That had all the feels, including that weird Lion King death part. Kind of weird. But you know, California Adventure is basically Marvel and Pixar. If you've been around the channel a little minute, you kind of know those aren't my deal. All right, let's get into the pins. But I had a great time with great friends. Did get to meet the Marc-ster out there, and I was on this shopping trip with her. And so I got one for the 100th celebration. So I was out there the day before it officially opened to the public, but there was all this public relations stuff happening. So there's a lot of stuff up. So there were a million pins, and honestly, I still am confused as to exactly what 100 years we're celebrating. So I was like, let me go with the classic OG Mickey and Minnie, because at least I can say I was there. Okay, moving along, we have got Mrs. Jumbo. This is from the Best Bud series. I think this one had just also gotten released, so which is funny because I've seen this on a few boards, and I was like, man, I should buy that pin, and then I already have it. So this is Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo, and baby mine, don't you cry. Heartbreaking. I haven't added to my Dumbo collection, and where's this going? All right, I'm gonna have to move some things around up there. Thus is ever the problem. Okay. All right, I got this one. So I do have a small Winnie the Pooh collection, and it mostly features Rabbit, because Rabbit's my guy. You know, he's cranky and whatever, but lovable. That's how I choose to see myself. And this one, my complaint always with Rabbit is one of two things. Either it's like, look, he's a rabbit, he has carrots. Or they're like, Easter, get the rabbits out. And this one's neither of those things, so I was kind of happy to buy it. It's a 2-pin set, and it features Christopher Robin and then the gang in the umbrella that they're using as a boat. And what's interesting about this one is there's no Pooh, there's no Piglet, there's no Eeyore. It's Rabbit, Kangaroo, and Tigger. So a little bit of love to the, I mean, Tigger's sort of kind of a popular guy, but a little bit of love to the others. So look how cute that is. And Christopher Robin in his rain galoshes. Okay, two more. Bear with. Another Disney afternoon pin that got general, no, this was limited release, excuse me. Limited release of, oh, for Pete's sake. Well, oh no, that's limited edition. That would have a number on it. Okay. All right, so let me put this over with the Disney afternoon. This is very specifically pin on pin Scrooge McDuck. And kind of we've seen that scene before, but, you know, not going to complain about the Disney afternoon love. So There it is. And then finally, I'm not even going to put this on the board because I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with it. So they released that arcade series, which I'm very excited for. It's one of the like new monthly ones. So, you know, every month they release a new design. And I love the OG games like for Sega and stuff in the day. I loved Aladdin. I loved Little Mermaid, etc., etc. And the first one they released was Lion King. And I was like, I'm not going to get Lion King. I did like the game and played it, but it, you know, it wasn't, you know, as nostalgic, I guess, or whatever. But I was with the Marc-ster, and she said, first in series is always hard to get. So she talked me into buying first in series, so thank you for that. But there it is. So it's got like the OG arcade, and I don't know what the little dangle is or why is it a coin for the game? No, that's cute actually. And this has got the wildebeest scene, which I will tell you, having played the game, that was a hard situation. But so I'm going to leave it on the card for now. If I decide to collect the whole thing, maybe I'll take it off and I'll do a little display board with just the arcade games. I got to see which other ones they're going to release. They'll probably release Jungle Book. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because there was a Chip 'n Dale and a DuckTales Tailspin. At least those two games in the day that were pretty big. So I'm hoping like we get a little more Disney Afternoon love out of that. Gonna see. So I am gonna leave that one on the card. So here's the collection of the day. Got sort of a wide variety of everything that I collect. So tell me what you like down below. Did you have a favorite from today? Did I have a favorite? I'm happy for the Tailspin cluster. Despite their eyes, there's not a lot of Disney Afternoon fantasy pins, so I guess I'm kind of happy for that one. And just happy for some Disney Afternoon love in general. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Lots of great stuff coming up. Another Year of the Year underrated characters this month, which, you know, I love an underrated character because I am one. Hit that like button, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you all soon on the next Disney Afternoon.